know what happened in that, the pending case, what is happening, was there an investigation, adverse information, something that we should understand, and then try to pursue further. Even in filing an appeal, case is denied, we don't have all the papers, we want to file an appeal.
Exactly.
Now we file an appeal, we don't know what is in the file that we file an appeal for. I mean, and jokingly I said, don't feel bad, I said, we're not at war with immigration, but I say, listen, we want to, in a way we are fighting with the government, right? So we want to know what tools he has. Let us say there is a war between country A and a country B. The country A would like to know what weapons, guns, machine guns, whatever the country B has, so that he should be fully prepared to fight his war.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
It's all about
Isn't it something like the same?
That's right.
We have to fight within the case, we should know what they have, so that we are fully prepared with the fight.
Absolutely. This is a good time, I think, for us to take a break, Michael. And when we come back, let's then take a couple of questions from our viewers that they've been good enough to send to us, and then let you guys know what great information we have about your questions.
But we won't talk more about the wars. This is just an example. Anyway, stay tuned, and we'll be back with more information, and we'll give you something very interesting, more questions also maybe. Welcome back. In this last segment of this program today, we want to answer some of your questions. Some of the questions are very interesting. So let me start with my first question from one of our viewers, who says that my friend was in the US illegally. He applied for political asylum, but his application was denied. Immigration judge ordered a deportation. He then filed an appeal, but before the decision was made on the appeal, while it was pending, the friend returned to India in January 2011. Then while he was in India, the appellate authority, which decided the appeal in his favor, and then said he was not deportable, but the friend was no longer in the US, and he was advised by some people or a lawyer that once he has been deported, he is back home, nothing can be done. But that is not correct. I think there is a new guidance on that, that it may be possible.
Yeah, I think that, Michael, maybe the guidance in the past may have been correct, that nothing could be done.
Yeah.
However, there is a recent determination that was made by the government, which I believe that they recently put out a memorandum on.
Exactly. That's why this question became more important. When I saw that memorandum and I had that question, I said it's more appropriate to give that information to the people. Actually, I have a copy of that with me also here.
Okay, good. And maybe you can let the viewing audience know.
Yeah. See, but the point here is that we will of course review the case on a case-by-case basis, because it's not a blanket thing again. Right. It's not a blanket thing that no, a lot of people have friends and relatives who are deported, and they all keep running and they say, okay, now we can call him back. But listen, first there has to be an appeal decided in his favor, and then again, even if it decided in the favor, we have to go over all the facts to see whether they fit in the guidelines of that new guidance. Right. But there is an opportunity. The ICE people actually, I remember the memo, I may not have handy here. It said the ICE people may then assist in getting the person back from India or whichever, Pakistan, whichever country,
to return them to the US.
And continue his case based upon that this favorable decision on the appeal. So there is a ray of hope, there is a silver line, there is a green light there.
Correct.
But again, we cannot say generally, please don't just say hundreds of people who were deported before. If you have really a case like that where your friend or relative is in back home and after departure the appellate court decided in his favor, then you got to get all the favors before you can see any good lawyer or our office will be more than happy to look at those papers, get all the papers, the decision that came from the appellate court and everything. Then somebody has to really spend time, analyze the whole thing and see whether this person fits into the criteria of being brought back, and then we can contact the ICE people and then present the case to them for assistance to bring that person back and continue the processing of his case.
That's right. And Michael, I just want to say with regard to the first several sentences that this viewer had sent in, I think it's important for everyone to know that in general, if you're going to file an asylum application in the United States, it's a good idea to do it within 365 days of your having status, or you have to do it within 365 days of entering the United States, or when you're still in status in the United States, you should file for the asylum application. Because if you don't do that, there are certain exceptions where you're allowed to do the asylum case, notwithstanding that 365-day rule, but generally speaking, those exceptions are very, very narrowly written. So if you're thinking about asylum, do it while you're in status, or do it within 365 days of your entry into the United States.
You have to also look at really where there's a basis for asylum, because some people just file a frivolous application for nothing. And that's not going to help you. Not only the political asylum application may be denied, but you may be deported from the US. So it really has to be carefully considered and looked into. Let me go to question number 2, David.
Sure.
Here, very interesting. There's a comment here before the question. Thank you for the viewer. Let me read it. He says, your program on immigration on TV Asia is extremely helpful. We thank you for providing such valuable information. Please continue to do so. We will certainly continue to do so. And we thank this viewer, and I'm sure that many of the other viewers feel the same way. Please keep on letting us know so that our spirits become high. We know what our viewers, and even Edwards, if you feel that there is something that we need to improve in the program, some specific topics we should be talking about, let us know.
That's a great point, Michael. If there are specific topics that you as a viewing audience would like to hear with regard to the immigration laws in the United States, please email us and let us know.
Any questions, any comments, or any suggestions, please let us know, and we'll try to answer you the best we can. Once again, I think we have
we're running out of time, but maybe on the next program, Michael, what we'll do is we'll have an opportunity to come back and answer some more questions from our viewers.
We have a lot of questions. Some of them are so important, interesting. You will really love to listen to the questions and their answers. So please make sure to watch us again on next Saturday at 1 p.m. and we'll bring more and more questions and answers and other important information to you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
किस्मत सो रही है ये सपने अनमोल दुनिया प्रीत ये कैसी बोल प्रीत ये कैसी बोल रे दुनिया प्रीत ये कैसी बोल दुनिया बोल रे दुनिया बोल
रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए आई रात सुहानी देखो प्रीत लिए नीत मेरे सुनो जरा हवा कहे क्या सुनो तो जरा झिंगर बोले चिकनी की रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए
आहा रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए आई रात सुहानी देखो प्रीत लिए नीत मेरे सुनो जरा हवा कहे क्या सुनो तो जरा झिंगर बोले चिकी मीठी रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए
थोड़ी सी भीगी भीगी रात झूमे, आंखों में सपनों की बारात झूमे।
कोई सी भीगी भीगी रात झूमे, आंखों में सपनों की बारात झूमे।
दिल की ये दुनिया आज बादलों के साथ झूमे।
आहा रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए, आई रात सुहानी देखो प्रीत लिए। मीत मेरे सुनो जरा हवा कहे क्या, सुनो तो जरा झिंगर बोले चिकी मिकी रिमझिम के ये प्यारे प्यारे गीत लिए।
ठोकर ना खाए नहीं जीत उसकी, जो ठोकर ना खाए नहीं जीत उसकी, जो गिर के संभल जाए है जीत उसकी, जो गिर के संभल जाए है जीत उसकी। निशान मंजिलों के ये पैरों के छाले, कहाँ जा रहा है तू ऐ जाने वाले, कहाँ जा रहा है। कभी ये भी सोचा कि मंजिल कहाँ है, कभी ये भी सोचा कि मंजिल कहाँ है। बड़े से जहां में तेरा घर कहाँ है, तेरा घर कहाँ है, तेरा घर कहाँ है। जो बांधे थे बंधन वो क्यों तोड़ डाले, कहाँ जा रहा है तू ऐ जाने वाले, कहाँ जा रहा है।
कुछ लोग जो ज्यादा जानते हैं इंसान को कम पहचानते हैं, कुछ लोग जो ज्यादा जानते हैं इंसान को कम पहचानते हैं। ये पूरब है पूरब वाले हर जान की कीमत जानते हैं, हर जान की कीमत जानते हैं। मिलजुल के रहो और प्यार करो, एक चीज यही जो रहती है। हम उस देश के वासी हैं, हम उस देश के वासी हैं जिस देश में गंगा बहती है। होठों पे सच्चाई रहती है, जहाँ दिल में सफाई रहती है। हम उस देश के वासी हैं, हम उस देश के वासी हैं जिस देश में गंगा बहती है।
आरस्ता केयर वो पहला नर्सिंग केयर और रिहैबिलिटेशन सेंटर जो बुजुर्गों के लिए भारतीय तरीके से बनाया गया है। इंडियन मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स जैसे फिजिकल थेरेपिस्ट, डॉक्टर्स, नर्सेज और CNAs 24 घंटे उपलब्ध हैं। यहाँ पे ताज़ा और स्वादिष्ट खाना भी उपलब्ध है। घर जैसा माहौल देने के लिए रोज़ यहाँ आरती और पूजा की जाती है और सारे भारतीय त्यौहार भी मनाए जाते हैं। बाकी इन्फॉर्मेशन के लिए कॉल करें मुकुंद ठाकर को 1-800-328-7013।